I've been watching a lot of Marvel Rivals. I've watched, Josh play and Cross. I know you said you played too.
Yeah.
And a lot of my other friends have been playing too, and I got my own opinions about it. But I'm gonna let you guys kind of give your opinions on, on Marvel Rivals. What is your opinions on it?
It is almost the best game I've played in a long time. And the only reason why I say almost is because this shit has some pretty piss poor optimization. I crash at least once every session,
Dang.
and it's like there's nothing I can really do about it. Like, and it's the problem with the game, and it's not so frequent to where it's like it's unplayable because the game is a ton of fun. I haven't had fun like this in a game that's a completely different category since Overwatch first came out. It feels like Overwatch 1.0. I didn't play Overwatch to some extreme degree, but it's really fun. It's kind of satiating my competitive urge for fighting games. Since fighting games are dog shit now, this is my fighting
Look at this guy. We got that beautiful Tekken 8 for you to play.
game. Anyway, so Marvel Rivals, like working with a team is actually a lot of fun, even when we get beat up sometimes. But when you like have a plan and you execute it and it works, that's it's different. I'm not used to that, and it's very rewarding. I'm having a lot of fun, especially playing with the boys. You
Yeah.
should hop on too, Herb,
Um,
since your
I'm at
opinions
Hey,
about the
I'm gonna have to
game.
get back with you on that one. But Cross, what do you think? What do you think about Marvel Rivals?
I think it's. I mean, I'm not playing it like super competitively or whatever. I'm literally just playing Magic Simulator. I don't really give a fuck about any of the other characters until they put Baby X 23 in the game. But Magic's really fun. I think the game is really pretty and nice to look at. And that's like you have to say that nowadays because a lot of games look ugly. So
Yeah,
it feels good to be able to just be like, damn, like beautiful women and cool dudes. Like that's a rarity now.
yeah,
So and the game is fun and the game does have loading issues, but you really need to load it on a SSD. I have it on a hard drive, and every stage loads really slowly for me. But I don't care enough to install it on one of my SSDs, so whatever. Um, I think, yeah, I think it's a pretty good game. I mean, I haven't really ran into any type of like something that would make me mad or be like, "Oh, this sucks." Yeah, if you like X-Men and you like playing with them in a way that I guess like if I had to like say one thing that I kind of think is not too great is some of the characters' mechanical design is bad. Like it doesn't make sense with what the character actually is. Some characters do, like they make sense. But then some characters you're like, why did you build them this way when that's not how they are? And if you
yeah,
had built them the way that they were, they would be effective. But they are shit right now because they are not how you just made them like a archetype, like a mechanical archetype. Like,
yeah.
okay, well, this is what this character they fit this archetype, so they're just gonna fit in here. It's like, all right, well, this character fucking sucks to play with, but I don't really care that much because, like I said, I just play Magic, so I don't really give a fuck about the rest of the characters, to
Yeah.
be honest.
So me, it. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably about to say something that's controversial, but I'll start with the good. So the game looks good. Like Cross was saying, like the artwork for this game is insane. I don't know what who they got, who the artist is, who designed all the costumes, but everybody looks like they supposed to. Um, I can't remember in the last couple of years where I've seen a Marvel game uh, where the characters look like them and they almost look way cooler than what they supposed to be.
Yeah,
This is
they
like
don't
the
look
coolest.
nerfed.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
coolest versions of like these characters that I've ever seen, and it's like off the charts. Um, I now, like I said, I haven't played the game, but I've been watching it heavy. I watch Josh play and D Star and everybody online play, so I'm in the background just watching. And to me, the game looked kind of whack to me.
Uh,
It seemed like you just doing the same fucking move
Here we
like
go.
300 times in the world. You got Mr. Fantastic with his arms just swinging. And then every time I see Venom, he's doing the same thing. It's like
Swing dive, swing dive,
until
swing
you,
dive.
until you get your little ultimate move. It's like I see the strategy in it, but it don't look like there's no real strategy except punch a cruiser and shoot. You know, I know that you got characters like Loki and healers and things like that that kind of make it seem like their strategy, but it just on the outside looking in, it just looked whack. Especially when I see everybody just doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, what other moves do you have to do besides this one attack that I see over and over again? It's like no matter who I see, they're doing the same type of thing over and over. But do you guys like? Is there like a real strategy to this game, or is it like okay, I have to kill you before you kill me, and I need somebody to keep me alive so I can kill you?
It's the strategy involved, like I said, it involves a lot of teamwork. Team composition wins the game. Like at a lower level, I guess just from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like a lot's happening. But in the thick of it, like for example, I think the last time me and Tevin were playing, we were dealing with a team that had really good healers. Like you would jump their healers and they wouldn't die. Healers are really squishy. Like one instance, you kill them pretty good. But if a team is really solid, they know how to keep their healers alive while hurting you. So the best way to really take down a good team is to kill the healers so that their front guard can die immediately. So the strategy we ended up coming up with that was effective was that, all right, look, I'm Venom. I'll swing it to the back line, dive down there to get their healers to focus on me. And once I do that, Tevin, he can jump out with the Dark Child or Magic and finish off the healers because I'm not able to kill them. I'm just able to get them to like, hey, look at me, pay attention to me, crazy Venom man. Oh shit, I got cut in half by Magic, and it worked. And stuff like that you have to do on the fly depending on the team you're facing off against. And it's little skirmishes like that that really make or break a good run, especially when you're fighting a good team and they completely just run through your shit and you realize what they're doing after the fact. It's like, okay, they were really good defending this or pushing this here and there. So figuring that out is why I find this game so fun to play. It's kind of like playing a fighting game where you're fighting. It's one-on-one. It's like how good is this person's defense against lows or throw breaking? How good is their movement? Can I abuse this thing that's gotten me so far up until this point? And what's going to do? And then there's your team. How good is your team? Are you coordinating properly? Do you have a sorry bastard who can only DPS lock and he doesn't want to be committed to any other role or something like that?
Yeah.
And getting around that is very rewarding. That's why I like it, because that's how Overwatch was. Overwatch was my first experience with this type of game, where it's like, oh, we have a role. Like way back then, I was playing Widowmaker, and this is before I understood the concept of like hero shooters. And I was playing with Tevin again, and I was like, yo, what's going on? And Tevin was like, hey, look, we're getting our ass kicked. All I need you to do is just go to the point. Just go there. I was like, yeah, but I'll die. He's like, it doesn't matter. Just go. So I run up there, and they're shooting at me. I grapple hook and get to the point and touch it and die. And Tevin was like, "That's all we needed." And then we turned it around and won. At the time, I didn't understand what was happening, but over time, I was like, "Oh, you have to you have to contend that area so that it goes into overtime, and you have to just make a really smart, good play in order to turn it around." And that's really rewarding. That's a lot of fun.
It's not about what one character does. Like, oh look, I'm doing this one thing to this one guy. It's not a 1v1 thing. It's kind of like Magic, for example. She doesn't run with the rest of the team because she's not effective like that. Because she can't shoot. She's just a target to get shot at if she runs in with the team. So she doesn't want to run in with the team. Her job is to kind of go around the sides, not be seen, make people forget that she exists, so that when one of your teammates is having issues, oh my God, I'm getting fucked up by Wolverine. She just comes out of nowhere, and chops Wolverine in half from behind. It's like, fuck you, Wolverine, get off of him. Or if like one of their teammates want to stray away from their team just a little too far, Magic comes and chops their ass in half. Or I'll go after if I see like my team is not really like handling, they're doing damage, but the healers are just able to just sit back nutsack. No one's really trying to threaten them. I'll go in there and fuck with the healers because they can't kill me, because Magic she does too much damage. So what'll happen then is that they'll either run away or they'll start healing each other, and then that's less healing that their team is getting. So I might not be able to kill them, but now they're disrupted because now their team is like, oh fuck, I'm getting killed now. What's happened? Magic's over there. And then once I see that their team is focusing on me, I run away. It's like, all right, it's time to get the fuck out of here. I just came in here to disrupt y'all so my team can do their job. But she's not like a direct damage dealer. Like, she's there to kill people. She's not there to do damage. There's a difference between doing damage and killing people. Doing damage can kill people, but laying down damage is just there to make people essentially not be in certain areas. Like, I don't want you to be right here, so I'm gonna put a bunch of damage right here so you can't be there. You got to go around. Magic is there to kill you, meaning I'm not trying to fight you from full health to I'm picking you off. Like, oh, I see you, you're weak over there, die. Oh, okay, I can kill you right now, die. It's like that's what she's supposed to do,
Okay.
Yeah,
So
team composition really is the it's that's really the meat and potatoes of the game.
So it's not the individual characters themselves. Okay.
Not
Yeah,
really,
people
but
who play
like,
like that tend to fuck it up because all they do is focus on like, I just want to get kills. I'm like, we're not trying to kill, we're trying to get some
yeah,
good
it's not team
technical moves.
deathmatch. It's
Yeah,
not team deathmatch. It's because I mean, you remember that game we played where they had like triple the amount of kills we had, but
yeah,
like they were not getting on the fucking point, and we were just like, okay, well, if you don't get on the point, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
it literally, you can kill us all day. It doesn't fucking matter, dude. Like,
Yeah, I saw a match with Josh and D Star where man, y'all were losing, and then for some reason, man, y'all turned it around really quick and actually eventually won the whole match. I was like,
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
yeah. It's like tightening up and getting really familiar and mounting a reasonable offensive that turns the tide of the battle is very rewarding. It reminds me of like doing all that in a fighting game, except instead of it just being me, like, oh, I finally learned how to sidestep Jin's 1-2-3 and do a down 4-2 uppercut to punish, forcing him to change it to 1-2-4 so I could just duck and punch him in the face. It's like it's the same thing here, except it's like it's team oriented. It's a little more frustrating because sometimes your team is just like, why do you have a sniper and you're moving to the front line? You're supposed to be back there shooting people from a distance, but other than that, it's a lot of fun.
just
Now,
don't pick Black Widow at all. She fucking sucks, dude. Like, don't even pick the character. Like, even if you can snipe, just don't pick her, dude.
Yeah. So one thing that I was laughing at, I was talking to Josh about this. I was telling him, I was like, man, why are they like they got little balance patches and things for the game, like it's an actual fighting game. I was like, what? So as far as balancing, like does it really matter? Is the game balanced, unbalanced? Like the patches, do they actually help in this
I mean,
type of game?
it's a competitive game. All competitive games have balance patches.
Yeah, I'll say like specifically to Storm, she definitely got a good, patch notes or whatever. Because like her issue originally, because she doesn't play like any other character. Everybody else can run and jump off of stage interactables. She flies all the time, but she doesn't have a fly like Iron Man, where he could just throw on his boosters and go like, "Ooh, time to go." Like she's strictly like you're just moving like forward, back, up, down,
Yeah.
side to side.
Yeah, I saw
But
you. I saw you that one time playing. But
yeah,
see, Josh, when he was playing, he was floating around, but he was floating in between structures and hiding,
yeah, because
and like he cheesed out the entire team. Boy, he got like what 40 kills that
yeah,
day.
because you have to, with her, you have to be a little. She doesn't have any quick. Let me get out of here. Like she's a sniper's paradise. So that's why I had to like duck in and out of buildings like. And she has an AoE attack that either does damage to a surrounding area or debuffs the team and buffs your team. Like when she does wind, she speeds up everybody on her team and slow down everybody on the other team in her area. If she does lightning, they get struck by lightning every 2 to 3 seconds, doing damage that can wipe the whole team if they're not careful. Because if there's a storm, if you're fighting a storm, you're either fighting the worst storm or worst player there or the best player there. And a smart storm is always going to be just out of range, but you're going to be in her bubble where now your team has to disperse. But if I have a good team keeping you on the back end, it's like, oh fuck. That's why we ran through that other the game you were watching. They didn't have an answer for me. Nobody came after me. Like,
Yeah.
I was there. Their Punisher got 1 kill on me, but he was the only one trying. But he couldn't do nothing to me because everyone's fucking with him and I'm fucking with him. So
Yeah.
that's where team composition is really important. So
Yeah.
that's entertaining. That's a lot of fun. You should play it, Herbert.
I might. Well, see, so like I told you like these games. I always get so mad at these type of games, man. Because like the age old thing where it's like if you play fighting games, it's on you. It's on you. You mess up, you die, it's on you. But when you're playing team games, it's like you could be doing everything right and everybody else can be terrible. Or vice versa. I could be the worst person on the team not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be healing and I'm trying to kill people. And I'm doing wrong. But it's just one of those games where like there's so much to get mad at. Got Josh in the air sniping me from afar, and I can't see where he is. And like these games always like for me, always like add an element that just stuff that I just can't deal with.
Well, I do think an easy workaround for that because like it's better to play with the boys. Even when we lose, it's not as frustrating as if I was on a team with a bunch of randos where somebody's like, oh, because there's been a lot of memes that are funny as hell where this one guy was playing Jeff the Shark, and he's a support character. His job is to keep you alive. And so this Spider-Man Spider-Man is a character that's always flying around, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense for a Spider-Man to know where all the health things are on the stage because he won't always be in. Jeff isn't going to always be able to save him because of how much flying around he's doing.
Yeah.
So this Spider-Man was being a piece of shit, complaining like, wow, thanks for the heals. Like, yeah, sorry, healer diff. And, he's getting his ass beat. And he's got like, he's like 2 and 22. So he's just out there just dying. he's not helping anyone. And so the Jeff has an ultimate where he'll gobble up everybody on the screen, including his team, heal his team, and he can spit them out so they can focus on the objective and take the enemy team he takes and like go kill them or something or get them further away.
Yeah.
And so so what he did, the whole time Spider-Man talking shit on his team, he do his ultimate, he gets 2 enemies and a Spider-Man. He spits out the enemy team, he was like, y'all good. And so he takes the Spider-Man and suicides off the side of the stage. Just for him to be like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Doing all that whining, which are like,
see, this the type of shit that I'd be like would make me bad, man. Like there's a whole people dynamic that goes on with these type of games, and everybody has to do their job and play their role and things like that. And sometimes it can just be frustrating playing with some people. But like you said, when you're playing with your friends, it's so much better.
Yeah, I think you'd have a lot more fun playing with friends. Like even if we were to lose, there's a conversation I had that can be improved upon versus like, oh, it's just a bunch of randos and no one was listening anyway. It's like a roll of the dice if it's a good team or a bad team, or it's a good team but a shitty healer, or an awesome healer but shitty DPS, so on and so forth. At least with your boys, you can be like, oh, okay, I should probably have done this better, or maybe I'll try this character. Just a little bit more control, and you're more comfortable in this particular setting versus a bunch of randos. Like I hardly ever play randos. Like this game is with the boys. This is a for the boys game. I ain't playing with no fucking randos. Because then I'd be like you.
Oh, man. Hey, this game, it looks the art style is so damn sick, though. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's so sick.
Yeah, man, you should play it. It's free, so you can't use that argument.
I have it in my library, but I haven't downloaded it yet. It's like so everything that I don't want to play just yet is there. It's just I don't want it taking up space yet. But yeah, let's well, I'm gonna have to play it.
Yeah, just give it a shot, you gotta love it.